The next stage now is to create the rafters for the side of the roof. So what I've done, I've attached two floorboards together, and I'm going to outline the curve of an existing rafter against it and cut it to shape, then use that as a template for the further 6 rafters, 3 on the left hand side and 3 on the right hand side, and go from there. So there we are, I've penciled the template out underneath the rafter and above the rafter, all the way down there, and I'm going to use that once it's cut to shape as a template for the 200 by 50mm sleepers, and I'll cut those to shape the rafters. So there's going to be 3 on the right hand side as I look at the building, and the other 3 will span the left hand side over there. Okay, there's the outline. So all I've got to do is just cut that to shape. Then I'll use those floorboards, those 2 floorboards as the template for the rafter. So I'm in the process now of marking out the left and right side rafters. I've made one, it's going to be the template, and I need another 5 more to make 3 a side. So that's the next task. I've all cut them to the size of the template, so what I'm doing now is just planing them to the same size as the template itself. And if you can notice, the centre one, that's one that is the gauge, is the template. I put squiggly pencil lines down the middle, so when the plane starts to hit it, I know I'm at the correct level. So what I don't really want to do is remove any of that layer, because that's the boundary and that's the line that I want to hit to get them all equal. So there are the 3 left hand rafters fitted. They're all in line, fit quite well. So what I'm going to do now is the right hand side rafters, and exactly the same process as I did before. This time I've decided to leave the bird's lip out. The bird's lip, for those who don't know, is essentially the cutout just there that anchors over the main lintel for the rafters to sit on. It's that little lip. Internal, that's a 60mm cut out there, and internally, because the rafter goes up in a curve, it's only a 20mm. Okay, so that can't move either way. Okay, this particular rafter goes up to the ridge, if you can see it. There we are, right the way up there. Anyway, they've been cut with the circular sort, the basic shape, the basic curve. Now I'm going to get the planer. I'm not going to show it, I've shown you the planer before. Plane them down to the cracked symmetry and curve underneath, on top, and then plane the roughness out of the timber, and then sand it down and fit. So there we are, those are the right hand side rafters, planed out either side, top and bottom, and all equal. So all we've got to do now with the faces, just plane them, get the roughness off, sand them down, and then fit them and cut out the bird lips and the fascia ends. There we are then, so the 3 have been fitted, and I'll just show you now how I've attached them. I've put 2 150 by 7mm timber screws down there to secure them all into place. And I've put 2 timber screws in there. Again, those are 150. Just be careful, because if you get too close to the other side of the timber, the strut across there, will go straight the way through. I almost did it on one of them, so make sure if you do it, you take into account the length of the timber screw. In this case, it was the 150mm. Okay, so together with the bird lip, that shouldn't go anywhere. So the next stage of the roof is the quarter or the corner rafters of the roof. So I've got 4 to do. Using an existing template, I've marked out the curvature, but this time it's going to be a good 40mm longer than the existing ones, simply because it's got to go from corner to corner externally, which is going to be over the 40mm jut out, which is there. So it's going to be slightly longer, so I've cut it much longer and cut it down to size when I've put the bird lip in and fitted it to the A-frame. Just there, I don't know if you can see. There we are. There's the A-frame. So we'll go from there. Well, I cut the first corner after, it didn't go too well. So I'm scrapping it. It fits, but the angles, they're leaving too much of a gap. So I'm binning that one. I can still use it for the little quarter sections on the corner, so it won't go to waste. But I've started again. This time I'm going to cut all 4 corners together. I think that's the best way around it, rather than just trying to get one template. And then I'll go from there. At least then I know all the corners are going to be equal. So I've planed the top, I'm now going to plane underneath. I'm not going to plane and sand the sides until I've cut the bird's lip into them. And once I've done that, made sure that they all fit, and I'll start planing the sides. So I'm putting the corner joist up. I've got it in the right position. There you go. So I've got the corner joint up now, but it's in the right position, all secured into place. Now it's going to drop 60mm down. So there we are. I've cut it to the right angle already for the rear facing rafter. So the angle's right there. So all I've got to do is create the cut and the bird lip to the corner section. So that's all into place. I'm going to mark it up, cut it out, drop it down, plane, and fix it into position. There we are then. 3rd corner rafter in place. So it's slowly coming together. All corner rafters are in now, and this is how it looks. This is the rear. There you go. Up to the ridge. Okay, let's have a front look again. That's the front look again, and the next stage, and I have decided I am going to put them in full. I'll call them the quadrant rafters that fit either side of the corner main rafters. I can't have them 44mm apart, but it doesn't matter. If I do it all equally, it will look symmetrical anyway. So I've decided to go ahead, and I've worked out a way of doing it. But basically, the main frame of the roof is now in place. The other ones, to be quite frank, are just to make the roof frame look quite nice from inside, and two on the outside where the drainage system will be fitted.